Hi everyone, I'm Danielle from Moms Meet. Thanks for joining us today for the Rainbow Light webinar, which will be presented by Terry Ann Cooper, who is the Education Manager at Rainbow Light. Also joining us today is Marcy Clow, who is a dietitian on the Rainbow Light team. Both Terry Ann and Marcy have been with the Rainbow Light team for about 15 years, and they are very excited to talk with everyone today. If you have any questions, please be sure to type them into the chat window. With that said, Terry Ann and Marcy, please take it away.
Great, Danielle. Thank you so much. We're so thrilled for the opportunity to be here and talk to everyone today about Rainbow Light and what we're doing out there in the world. So for anyone who's not familiar with Rainbow Light, we've been around for about 30 years, and we innovated the food-based nutritional supplements about 35 years ago. And these food-based supplements really are designed to meet the needs of you and your family and your circle of influence as well. Recently, in an independent study, or an independent survey, consumers across the country were asked to rank 6 major supplement brands according to values such as natural, conscious, and trustworthiness. And Rainbow Light was ranked top in every value and as the #1 most trusted brand. Rainbow Light has a really strong leadership in our formulations, and sales statistics really prove it. We hold the #1 selling item in each of these categories: prenatal, women's multivitamins, men's multivitamins, 50 plus, teens, and vitamin D. So getting into the guts here, we as moms, we really know we want our kids to get a wide variety of fruits and veggies every day, right? Eat a rainbow. That's what we're all trying to do. We also envision our kids jumping off the couch, happy to leave behind their PlayStations and iPads, and eagerly join us at the grocery store and delight in helping us pick out this delicious and colorful array of seasonal vegetables, right? Well, however, that sounds more like a fantasy than a reality. This girl here, she really reminds me of me in my own childhood, where I have what felt like an hour-long standoff with my Brussels sprouts. My mom, she wouldn't let me leave the table until I ate them all. And to this day, I'm still rather traumatized by the smell and sight of Brussels sprouts. So what we have here is we're left with not only the challenge of getting our kids to eat what they need to eat, but also to know precisely what it is that they do need to eat. So these are challenges we can all really relate to, I'm sure. So we can start with calcium. That's the thing we all know. Everybody needs calcium, right? Well, we know calcium supports growing bones and teeth. But did you also know that calcium is important in keeping immunity up too? And according to the Institute of Medicine, IOM, the Institute of Medicine, which sets the U.S. government's official nutrient guidelines, recommendations for daily calcium intakes are for young kids, 1 to 3 years of age. These little tykes should be getting about 500 milligrams of calcium a day. Ages 4 to 8 need to be getting about 800 milligrams a day. And kids age 9 to 18 need a 1,300 milligram a day ratio of calcium, and that can be really hard to do. Vitamin D is another really important nutrient. We know that vitamin D helps to maintain strong bones and teeth, but also supports a healthy brain and our hearts, our cardiovascular system. So how much D do we need? Well, according to the American Academy of Pediatrics, that's the AAP, they recommend that kids get a minimum of 400 IUs of vitamin D every day. And the Institute of Medicine, again, which sets the U.S. government official guidelines, recommends a daily dietary allowance of 600 IUs for children ages 1 through 18. That's about the equivalent of 6 glasses of fortified milk. That's kind of hard to do for kids and growing kids. So how do we do that? Fiber. Fiber is also another really important nutrient for us to be getting. And kids who pass on those veggies and the fruits that they're not getting enough of every day are also passing on that heart healthy fiber. So important for the overall digestive system. So how much fiber do we need? Well, how much fiber your child needs depends on his or her age. So that's according to that AAP again, the American Academy of Pediatrics. Figure your child's daily fiber quota in grams by adding 5 to his or her age. So for example, he's got a 5-year-old. That child should be getting about 10 grams of fiber every day. If they're a 7-year-old, they should be getting 12 grams of fiber every day, so etc. So let's take a look now at some of the Rainbow Light solutions in addressing these challenges here. Our Yummy Power Sour Kids Multivitamin is really a great way to help you take the guesswork out of wondering how much and what nutrients your child needs. And we make it super easy because they're really delicious and flavorful and have these very kid-friendly packages too. So at Rainbow Light, we provide, on the Power Sours, we provide a real balanced nutrient profile which supports optimal growth, development, and daily wellness for your kids. It contains B vitamins essential to release energy from food, which kids sure need, as we know. Also supporting blood cell formation, nerve function as well. Vitamin A is included, which is a well-studied nutrient for its role in vision health. And more recent research on vitamin A has honed in on the role of immune maturation as well. So vitamin A is very, very important. The Power Sours also help to maintain healthy immune functions with zinc, vitamin D, E, and C. It's naturally flavored and naturally colored and sweetened, nothing artificial there. It's also gluten-free. I know a lot of us are trying to reduce the amount of gluten or wheat that our kids are getting, and it's a real popular sour flavor. My son absolutely loves the sour anything, so he loves this one. It's also in a really convenient grab-and-go pack here. So the box that you're seeing in the upper right is a recycled cardboard box, and it has these 30 Stay Fresh grab-and-go pouches. So none of that little hard gummy rocks or pebbles at the bottom of a bottle near the end of, we all know what that can be like too. So the next product let's take a look at is the Calcium Citrate Berry Wellness. Now this product also, calcium in general, is not just for kids alone. Looking at the adults for a moment, 10 million American adults right now have osteoporosis. 80% of this total is women. So we moms really need to take care of ourselves. Up to the age of about 35, our bones are building up. And then after 35, our bones start to break down more than they're building up. So it's really important that we, if we're on the underside of 35, do everything we can to build them up, and be super vigilant if we're on the decline side of how we can really support our bone density as we age. Many people in this country don't get the recommended amount of calcium from their foods alone. Boys ages 9 to 13 are typically deficient. Girls ages 9 to 18 are deficient in calcium. Women over the age of 50 and men over the age of 70. All of us are not getting enough. Teenagers as well. Get this, 86% of teenage girls and 64% of teenage boys are calcium deficient in this country. So how do we address that? The Calcium Citrate Berry Wellness is super delicious calcium gummy. Teens and adults will really love. It's the only gummy with a highly bioavailable, absorbable source of calcium, which is that calcium citrate, so often sought after. It's 500 milligrams, which is the optimal dose your body can absorb at any one given time. If you try taking more than that, your body will just waste it out, pass it through. So 500 milligrams is that perfect dosage there. It's the only gummy also with that highly bioavailable and absorbable calcium citrate, plus vitamin D3. And as we know, vitamin D3 enhances calcium utilization, supports the healthy bones and blood and growing brain as well, and the immune system. Naturally flavored, naturally colored, naturally sweetened. There's no artificial anything in this product. It's free of gluten, free of soy, and it's the only calcium gummy in, again, that stay fresh, grab and go pack. I'd like to also mention fiber. Fiber is an important nutrient, as we talked about when those kids are grabbing packaged foods or drive-through foods. They're not really getting the fiber intake that is so crucial in so many ways. Fiber intake is low among both children and adults in this country. And the Fiber Garden Gummies, our product at Rainbow Light, is an easy and very fun way, really, to bolster dietary fiber with 4 grams of heart-healthy fiber per serving. Fiber also supports digestive health, as we know, by promoting regularity. And as a benefit for adults, it supports satiety for those who are wanting to reduce overall caloric intake on a daily basis. It gives us that feeling of satisfaction so we're not reaching out for more food. It's also been well studied for its role in supporting heart health, too. Fiber Garden Gummies at Rainbow Light is sugar-free. It also contains fructooligosaccharides, FOS, which is a prebiotic fiber that contributes to its sweetness. And prebiotic fibers have been shown to reduce symptoms of lactose intolerance because of lactase production by that probiotic bacteria. Another prebiotic we use is xylitol, which is a sugar alcohol that also contributes to the sweetness and that really delicious flavor profile in Fiber Garden Gummies. Xylitol has been studied for playing a role in reducing the risk of dental caries or cavities. And its high antioxidants from that fruit and veggie extracts that we use contribute to the nutritional value also in Fiber Garden Gummies. So at Rainbow Light, we really know how many of us are looking for a delicious and fun and different delivery system for our vitamins. And as an adult, gummies really help to combat a term we call pill fatigue. Too many things, you're trying to remember what to take when, where, with, between meals, etc. The gummies can be taken any time of the day with or between meals. They make a great contribution to your kids' lunch boxes, which is a really convenient way, and it's a nice, healthy treat for them, and they don't even need to know that your ultimate goal is supporting their overall nutritional intake. We also have a full family of delicious gummy products to meet the needs of your whole family as well, as you can see pictured here in this shelf display. And speaking of family, just a quick note, some of us on the call may be also still in childbearing years, so it's good to let you know that Rainbow Light has a very strong leadership role in the prenatal category. As I mentioned earlier, we are the #1 selling brand in prenatals and have the #1 selling prenatal multivitamin, the Prenatal 1 a Day. We also recognize that one size does not fit all when it comes to prenatal vitamins. What does well for you may not do well for your sister or your best friend. We actually have 6 different prenatal multivitamins to choose from. This just gives you a little glimpse at what they are here, including a brand new one that we just introduced about a year ago on the far right there, which is our Precious Gems, which is a gummy prenatal, again, in those Stay Fresh packs. So other things to look for out there. In closing, I'd like to let you know about Rainbow Light's Circle of Care. Circle of Care is our way of formalizing what we've been doing all along regarding our corporate social responsibility, or CSRs. Through our Circle of Care retail partnership program, we've had tremendous retail cooperation of our mission of reaching even more people in need out there, resulting in over 1 million additional tablet donations. That's in addition to our industry first institutionalized product donations through our partnership with Vitamin Angels. Vitamin Angels is a nonprofit organization bringing life-saving nutrients to women and children around the globe. You may or may not be familiar with them. They've been around for 20 years, and we were the first to partner with them back 20 years ago. At Rainbow Light, we really believe it's our responsibility as manufacturers in the natural product industry to do our part in taking care of those in need. So since 1994, we've partnered with Vitamin Angels. We've donated over 40 million prenatal vitamins and kids multivitamins to at-risk moms and children around the planet. Other things regarding our corporate social responsibility and our circle of care, we are the first national vitamin brand to package our complete line in 100% EcoGuard bottles. That's 100% upcycled, continuously recyclable packaging. They're also 100% recyclable, so super easy. They require no additional or extra care. This transition that we've made 6 years ago has reduced our carbon footprint by 92% and keeps over 10 million bottles out of landfill every single year. So with your support of the Rainbow Light brand, that number is only going to keep going up and up and up. So we really support our educational awareness and keeping our oceans clean as well by financially supporting a couple of organizations. One is Save Our Shores. That's the largest marine sanctuary on the planet. They're right in our corporate backyard in Santa Cruz, Monterey Bay, California. We're also bringing educational awareness to the Five Gyres, which is another nonprofit organization committed to global awareness of the growing masses of floating plastic out there in our oceans. And they are working toward a zero plastic in our oceans goal, and our EcoGuard bottles sure are a great means toward that overall goal as well. Our corporate employees also take part in regular annual local beach cleanups in Santa Cruz, California. And our corporate building down there is shown at the very bottom left. The building is new to us, just about a year new, and that is a LEED certified building. That's a low energy building, very low impact in its construction and in its operation on a daily basis, very low energy radiant heat in the concrete floors that warms up the whole building, not just the air. It's a minimum of 50% construction waste diverted to landfill. That's to get that LEED certification. Also, it's pre-wired for additional solar panels that come down the line. The redwood panels that you see in the front of the building and throughout are from fallen trees, not harvested redwoods. Very natural light and airflow, reducing the energy footprint of our impact in Santa Cruz, California as well. So those are some things about our brand that really makes you feel good about supporting the brand as a whole. Not only are you getting great nutritional supplements that have a lot of science behind them and how we formulate them, but they're delicious, and the kids will really enjoy participating in their own health by choosing some of our delicious gummies. So that concludes the official portion of my presentation. I'm very happy now, Danielle, to open it up to any questions that the audience might have. So if you've got any questions, shoot.
Okay, great. Thanks so much. That was such a great presentation, and we do have a lot of great questions coming in. So the first question we have is from a mom ambassador wondering what's a good age to start giving her child a vitamin?
That's great. Well, we actually have a powder at Rainbow Light called NutriStart, which is great to bring into kids as little as 4 to 6 months and can go up from there. And then the NutriStars can go in at the or some of the gummies as soon as they are safely able to chew them. NutriStars might be easier to chew. The gummies might be a little challenging for toddlers. So we say 4 and up for our gummies is safe and healthy.
Okay, great. And we have a mom ambassador wondering what flavors do the Power Sours gummies come in?
Oh, it's a variety pack. The Power Sours is it's one package, and then each little mini envelope there has a variety of different colors in there, lemon and orange and cherry. I think there's a green one for lime. So they just have that real get you right in the corner of your mouth sour flavor.
Okay, great. And we have a common question coming in. We have quite a few mom ambassadors wondering where the product is sold.
Thank you for that question. The product is sold throughout natural products retail stores throughout the country. So natural product stores would be chains like Whole Foods and Sprouts nationally, to name a couple of them. I know regionally you've got also independent health food retailers that you can get them. You can also get them online at rainbowlight.com. If you're not finding what you need out there, you can also ask, because any store out there that carries the Rainbow Light brand, which is I think virtually everybody out there at this point, you can make a special request, and stores are typically very happy to special order in products.
Okay, great. We have a question from a mom ambassador wondering how many Power Sours would her child take per day?
The Power Sour packet is 4 in each envelope per day, and it says that right on the package as well.
Okay, great. And we have a mom ambassador wondering just about the Rainbow Light name and how whoever created the company came up with it.
Oh, that's a great question. I'm so glad you gave me the opportunity to address this. We've been around for 35 years. So back in the mid-'80s, when our company was originally formulating, we were the very first supplement brand to start bringing foods, like superfoods, into the base of our multivitamins. Nobody else at that time was bringing in concentrates of fruits or foods or vegetables or botanicals, and virtually everybody is now. So it was a very different concept. So way back then, we were really looking at spirulina and using spirulina quite a bit. Spirulina is unique in the plant kingdom in that it is a single cell algae from renewable resource, and it's unique also because it's a soft cell wall. So it's super easy to digest and break down. It's also very, very nutrient dense. So when we were doing nutritional content testing way back in the early days, we put spirulina under kind of a fancy microscope that is called, it's a tool that's called a light spectrophotometer. And what a light spectrophotometer does is it literally refracts a different color for every nutrient that's found present in whatever it is that you're looking at through this light spectrophotometer. So spirulina had one color shooting out for the fact that it contains protein, another one for the various B vitamins, also for amino acids, metabolic pigments like chlorophyll. So spirulina is so nutrient dense, it's considered by many to be nature's perfect food. We can actually sustain life on it, and it's used in the base of many of our multiple vitamins and minerals. So literally, we get our inspiration from nature, formulating based on how food is put together. We use various nutrients, co-nutrients, putting them together based on the nutritional challenge at hand, whether it's a multivitamin or a stress formula or a PMS formula, etc. And we bring in foods into the base of those products to address that nutritional challenge at hand. So literally viewing nature, spirulina, through the lens of science, that light spectrophotometer, our brand name Rainbow Light was born. That's how we came to be Rainbow Light Nutritional Systems.
Okay,
great question. I'm so glad for that. Thank you.
Yeah, no, thanks so much for sharing that with us. Very interesting. We have a question from a mom ambassador wondering if there is a best time of day to take a vitamin, and if so, what time of day that is.
I would say the best time to take your vitamins is when you remember. That can be a challenge for so many people, especially adults, to get going and plugged into our busy lives, busy days. So I often suggest that adults put the bottle next to their toothbrush because they know they're going to be sitting, communing with their toothbrush at least once a day. So that's a great way for adults to remember. Kids, you can put them in their lunchbox if you know they're going to be eating them, or any time. If it's a very energizing supplement, then earlier in the day would be suggested. But really, whatever time you remember is the most critical factor there.
Okay, great. That's a great tip. Thank you. And this is actually not a question, it's just a comment that I wanted to share from a mom ambassador who wrote in that she used the prenatal vitamins throughout both of her pregnancies, and they were the only brand that agreed with her. And she wanted to thank you guys for making great products for soon-to-be mommies. So I just wanted to share that with you.
Oh, what a wonderful comment. Thank you so much for sharing. And you're not alone out there. That's how we got to be the #1 brand. And it's because of how we formulate. By bringing the foods into the formulas, it really makes a difference because we recognize it's so critical in those early stages of pregnancy that you're getting the nutrients that you and your growing baby need. And it is also the hardest time to keep food down for so many of us. So really, really critical. Ideally, the best time to start taking the prenatal is several months before you're pregnant, before you're trying to conceive, to really lay the best foundation possible for your health and energy as well as your growing babies, because often we're pregnant before we actually realize and take that pregnancy test. So always best to take before. If you're growing your family continually now or thinking about it down the line, you can just take a prenatal as a multivitamin as a way to really, again, lay that best nutritional foundation.
Okay, great. That's a great tip. We have a question from a mom ambassador wondering for the power sours, how good once opened is the bottle?
How long it lasts?
Yes.
Once the bottle is opened?
Yes.
Okay, so here again, we do put our products in the Stay Fresh packages. So they're in 30, a month supply, 30 Stay Fresh little individual packets. So it makes it super, super easy and convenient. You know you're going to keep them soft and juicy and yummy till the very last one that you take.
Okay, great. We have a question from a mom ambassador wondering if you offer any magnesium vitamins.
Yes, most of our multivitamins contain magnesium. Magnesium elementally does take a lot of room, and so we did not put it into our calcium citrate berry wellness, so that you can take additional magnesium supplements with your multivitamins. Also, I'm not sure, Marcy's on the call. Do you know, Marcy, if the Power Sours contain magnesium? Did we formulate that with the magnesium on the Power Sours?
It has very little, and again, it has very little because it does take up a lot of space, and some minerals don't work well in the gummy matrix. They make the gummies get a little hard, so it just has very little.
Right.
Okay, great.
Great, thank you for that.
And do you know if you have a store finder on your website for some moms that are interested in finding the store nearest them that carry your product?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Okay, great. And you may have gone over this earlier, but if you could just tell us again if you sell your products online and where do you sell them?
Yes, thank you. We do sell them across the country. Major health food stores, which include the chains like Whole Foods and Sprouts. We also carry them in a wide variety of independent health food stores, so depending on your local community. They're also available at rainbowlight.com, and that's where you can find the store finder and the whole array of nutritional supplements available. If your local store is carrying the Rainbow Light brand but not carrying one of the products that you're interested in taking, most stores are very happy to support you in making a special order and bringing something in. And then, of course, if you like it, give them that feedback and say, hey, keep this coming because I like it, I want it, and I'm sharing it with my friends, etc. So lots of ways to find the Rainbow Light brand out there.
Okay, perfect. We have a question in from a mom ambassador saying that her kids currently take the NutriStars chewables, and she wants to know if they can also take the calcium citrate at the same time, or if it should be given at a different time of the day.
That's a great question, and the nutrient, the amount, I know the answer to that. The calcium citrate, Very Wellness, has 500 milligrams of calcium in it, which is the maximum, the optimal dose, the maximum your body can absorb at any one time. So I would definitely suggest spreading it out, having it at a different time of the day, so that you are maximizing your calcium opportunity.
Okay, great. We have a question from a mom ambassador wondering if the prenatal can be taken when breastfeeding or if the multivitamins are better for that purpose.
Golly, absolutely. Thank you for that opportunity. The prenatal, as I said, the start time is ideally before you're pregnant, before you conceive. They're designed to be taken throughout your pregnancy to give you and your baby all the nutrients you need for growing and lactation. So critical to support both mom and growing baby in the nutrients that we need. We know that if we're not getting, for example, enough calcium when we're breastfeeding, if the baby's not getting enough calcium, that baby will pull the calcium from you as a mom, leach it right out of your bones. So very critical to get increased amount of calcium as we are nursing, and very, very important to take those prenatal and postnatal throughout your conception, pregnancy, and lactation period.
Okay, great. We have a question from a mom ambassador wondering if you sell any items that can be mixed into smoothies.
Oh, we do. Yes, we've got a couple of great formulas and more coming out on the horizon next year. So be looking for us. I don't want to let any secrets out of the bag, just the fact of them coming. But we've got a wonderful protein energizer that's made with brown rice protein, and it makes it super, super easy on the digestive system. So many protein powders are made from sources of protein that people have a tough time digesting. So they often result in kind of a bloating or gas or indigestion, or just people don't do well with them. Again, there's the Rainbow Light difference there, that we really do address digestion in all of our formulas. So the protein energizer is chock full also of spirulina and other nutrients, fruit and vegetable concentrates, and adaptogenic herbs to really help support your body overall, energizing without stimulants. So super great and effective for kids and adults alike. We've got 3 delicious flavor profiles of vanilla bean, which really uses vanilla bean extract. You can actually see the little flecks of vanilla in there. It's quite delicious. I personally like to mix it with a little bit of rice milk myself. That's what we use in our home. There's an acai berry blast, which is very refreshing, great with juice if you're you prefer a juice or juice and water combination mix in your smoothie. And of course, chocolate. Who could live without chocolate? I just don't know. So we've got those 3 flavors. We have another product called Immunobuild Greens, which is wonderful. That's a certified organic product. And it contains 13 of the 13 organic vegetable concentrates. So it's another great way to bring vegetables into your diet, plus the foremost researched mushrooms on immune support on the cellular level. So really a great formula that's got a really nice, delicious watermelon berry flavor profile. Both of them do contain spirulina, so when you mix them up, you are going to see that they're just a little bit green to them. So you know you're getting the optimal nutrients and that spirulina in all of our drink formulas. And do stay tuned. We got some more exciting things on the horizon for 2016.
Okay, great. Well, speaking of staying tuned, we have a couple mom ambassadors wondering what's the best way to stay in touch with your brand or get the latest news. Is it via social media or newsletter, or what is the best way to stay in touch with your brand?
Absolutely. Definitely like us, friend us on Facebook. We do post daily, sometimes several times a day, And also Twitter, we've got wonderful blasts that we put out regularly. So, and you can find us also on rainbowlight.com, and there's a mommy blog on there that's active. So lots of ways. We really do recognize this particular, who we're talking to right here, our moms are so critical to us, and we really appreciate and value your support, and we want to just keep supporting you in bringing healthy, happy children into the world. And we know that taking care of them nutritionally is such a critical foundation to health, happiness, and longevity. So we really appreciate your support, and lots of social media ways to get in touch with us there as well.
Okay, great. So we just have a few more questions before we wrap up today. We have a question from a mom ambassador wondering, what is your favorite product?
Ooh, that's a great question. Thank you. It really depends on, I think, what's going on in my life. I love to start my day with the immunobuild greens, and I squeeze a little bit of lemon in it because lemon helps to stimulate the liver and just sort of wake up the digestive system every morning. We have a couple of stress formulas, stress management formulas. One that's called Zen Therapy. That's one of my absolute favorites. I wish I could hook it up with an IV drip sometimes. Zen Therapy really helps to support stress on many levels, both the nutrients that we eliminate more than typical when we're under stress, like your B vitamins and your C, other nutrients. Plus, there are foods and herbs that support the long-term effects that stress has on our body. So it really kind of helps to give you that immediate release of sort of bringing the shoulders out of the earlobes. You know how we can kind of clench up when we're stressed and active, and there's so many things going on. Because I too, I'm a mom full-time, and I'm working full-time, so that's at least 2 full-time jobs going on, and they're both critical and important, and I need to stay mentally focused and clear. So Zen Therapy is a great way to do that. We have another really good formula for stress that kind of affects us on the mental level, which is called Mental Calm. And that's another really nice one, too. Both of these products are without stimulants, so they're not going to, I don't do much caffeine myself. So you get me into stimulants and you're needing to kind of pull me off at stealing, because I just kind of jump, but I don't need extra stimulants at all. And they also don't have sedatives, which is really, really important. So those are just a few, and of course I take a multi every day too, but those are very, very experiential formulas, and I know, I don't know anybody on the planet that doesn't experience some sort of stress. In fact, 90% of us in this country say that they experience extreme stress. 90% of us, oh my gosh, and millennials, that number can be even higher. So we do recognize that, and we do take care of our customers definitely with products like the Zen Therapy and the Mental Calm.
Okay, great.
Marcy, do you have anything to add? What's your favorite product?
Well, that's a really tough question. I mean, there's so many products that I really like. I think Rejuvenate is a multivitamin that I take on a regular basis. I'm way beyond the childbearing years, so it's targeted for anyone over the age of 40, and it contains a lot of great antioxidants that really help support us through the anti-aging process. So that's my regular product on a daily basis. But I also have to say that as a mom of a 12-year-old and a 10-year-old, the gummies are fabulous products because we've tried, my kids eat well, I'm a dietitian, so go figure. But, not every single day do they get everything they need in their diet. So I really find that the gummies are a great solution for putting in their lunch boxes, almost like a little treat to help them get what might be missing in their diet. So those are a couple of my favorites.
Great, thank you. I would love to take the opportunity to also add, for those of you who are still in the childbearing years or want to continue with family growing, and you are maybe over that, early 30s, mid 30s, or over, we have a wonderful new about 18 months now, prenatal called Embrace 35 Plus, because we do have specific nutritional needs when we age, and taking care of ourselves, things like gestational diabetes, placental abruption, et cetera. So it's the only prenatal out there formulated specifically for the nutritional needs of women in their mid-30s and older. Embrace 35 plus.
Okay, great. Thanks for going over all of your favorites. We have one last question of the day here from my mom ambassador, wondering if you carry any products that target hair care.
Oh, yes, hair, skin, and nail connection. Hair, skin, and nail connection. That's a great formula. In fact, I've just had the opportunity to work with one of our newer salespeople. She's only been with the company 3 or 4 months now, and she takes that product, and she said, my family is noticing, her adult siblings and her mom are noticing, like, what in the world are you doing with your hair? Did you change your shampoo or something? Because it really has made a significant difference for her. So it's a great formula also for anyone dealing with adult acne, because it's got a really nice supportive skin formula. And of course, those nutrients are going to show up in your fingernails as well. So it's a really nice kind of combination formula.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much. That was such a great presentation, and thank you for answering everyone's questions. Do you have any closing thoughts before we wrap up?
Well, I just want to thank you so much for the opportunity. We're so thrilled to have this audience, and thank you so much for the opportunity to talk about Rainbow Light and help you make your lives just a little bit easier without having to think or worry or wonder about which nutrients to take or which combinations. That the Rainbow Light brand really is a wonderful go-to for you, your family, and you can also feel good about taking care of the environment and the planet with the fact that the bottles are all EcoGuard packaging. So thank you so much for the opportunity, Danielle, and all of you mom ambassadors out there. Thank you for your support.
Okay, thank you. Well, everyone attending, thanks again for your time, and to the mom ambassadors who will be sampling Rainbow Light, we're really looking forward to your feedback. We're going to go ahead and log off now. Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you.